Day number 4, done. Finished all my labs. I even had to stay late to make sure I finished. So we went ahead and went over that lab, the one I was on the F70 about checking all the components and the continuity and the resistance and making sure that they all worked and that the harnesses worked and all that stuff. It showed us how to troubleshoot, basically, make sure those things work. Then we went on to the F150 and I learned how to properly remove and reinstall the hydraulic belt tensioner and the belt. That was interesting and cool because I got to use a torque wrench and all that, and then we had to put a pin. Anyway, it was a cool thing. It wasn't very easy getting the belt back on with the tensioner, hydraulic tensioner thing. It was difficult. However, we did it. And then we went on to the troubleshooting lab of the F150, which first we also did the balancer removal and inspection and replacement. And I also did the valve clearance from the cams because I removed camshafts, and I did the shim buckets and all that fun stuff. That was quite interesting. And then the balancer, I learned how to check the balancer and make sure that that was aligned properly. And then we did troubleshooting on an F150. They have this little box thing, and it turns certain things off. It was like a bug box, whatever. Anyway, so you had to flip a switch, and then you had to try and figure out what was wrong with the motor and how to troubleshoot. And we literally went through a troubleshooting thing. It threw codes at us and all this stuff, and then figure out what was wrong with it. And a lot of the times it was a wire. I think the whole point was they wanted us to make sure that before we condemn a component, we check the wiring, because a lot of the times the wiring can get corroded, especially in salt water and stuff like that. And so they want us to make sure that we know to try the wiring and the harnesses before we condemn a component and stuff, which was kind of neat. And then, so basically that's what we did all day. The last section we went over was for maintenance and that kind of stuff. So tomorrow is my big test. I'm excited and nervous, but I feel like I'm going to do great because it is an open book test. But you got to know where to look, right? And that's half the battle. That's what I noticed, because almost everything in the service manuals for a motor, it tells you how to check this and how to change that and how to remove this and what you do. It's literally in there, like, tells you what to do. So anyway, pretty cool stuff, lots of fun. I am excited, lots of information. My brain is on overload, like I think there might be smoke coming out, but I got this. Anyway, thanks for listening. Talk to you later.